10 months, isn't it? Okay, and you see a lot of new faces. As you see me and I do see you, but we are not new, now we are quite familiar with each other. So, as we welcome Dr. Sandeep. Dr. Sandeep is an ENT specialist. Okay, that is one part of his life. But the other part of his life is, besides a doctor, he is a very good motivational speaker, he is a counselor. He was in Pune, he was moving around in and out of Pune, helping many of the corporate sectors and institutions, many young girls and boys, the ladies and gentlemen he was helping. So then he felt the need to back to his hometown in Ajmer. Is it so, sir? Yeah. So he is back to Ajmer since few months, and then he felt need that here he need to do something for our youngsters, and especially as we are facing this pandemic, and you yourself are victims of it, and you are locked down about 10 months at home, and you just got out like a free bird, but you can say you are a free bird. So there is a lot of restrictions. Even in the classrooms we say, sit there, don't move, don't do this. A lot of don'ts are there. So we are still plagued by this pandemic, we have to say. But there is nothing to be feared about it. We need to walk over it and we need to move forward. So the Dr. Sandeep is here today with us to encourage and to maybe to give you certain insights, certain motivational inputs, that way we can come out of this situation what we are. And on behalf of St. Mary's Ajmer, the management and staff, I extend a warm welcome to Dr. Sandeep. So we are really happy to have you this morning with us, because it was not something which we have planned much in advance. Just 2 days before, sir came to my office and said, I would like to meet your students and speak to them. So I felt it was something very welcoming and something very good. I said, okay. Immediately I said, okay. A date was supposed to be yesterday, because due to election, we were not able to have yesterday. So then I asked sir, could we have it today? Probably he said yes. His whole week is packed. He goes to his clinic after taking a session for every schools in Ajmer around 10:30, 11. He goes to his clinic. He has a clinic in just opposite to Mittal Hospital, Pushkar Road. He has a clinic. That is, he is a director of a Shri ENT Center. So he goes there after meeting the youngsters or the boys and girls and the teachers and the parents. He goes. So we wish sir all the best, and I hand over the mic to Dr. Sudeep Choudhary.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. And how many of you here are actually happy to be back in school? Okay, everybody. Long holiday. How many are in boards right now? Who will be in boards? Okay, so actual people who are happy are those who are not raising their hands. Right? No. Prepared for your board exams? How many of you think that you will fail in these exams? Okay, I can see at least 25 right now. No, nobody raised their hands. I can see that in your eyes. I'm going to prepare that. How many were actually studying at home in these holidays? Okay, you see first who is raising your hand, and then you raise your own hand. See, it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. This COVID situation, these stressful days, you missed your classes, nothing actually will affect your exams and their results. Why? Because everybody is sailing in the same boat. All schools were closed, most of the students were at home, and maximum were not studying. So now the point is, what to do? How many of you feel stressed? And for what? Results? So you know one thing, that almost everybody was not studying, right? Except a few who are bookworms, can't help them. So it really doesn't matter, because more than 70% are right now in the same situation. The teachers, even they have faced a lot of stress in this duration. Am I right, teachers? See? So they all know what has happened. Now the point is what to do when you are feeling stressed and you are not able to concentrate. How many of you find it difficult to concentrate in your studies? Very good. So what do you do then? Have you tried anything? No. Fine. See, whenever that thought comes in, let me take it to you another situation. Run out of the class? How many of you actually run out of your class? So, nobody. You just walk out calmly. Good. Very good. It's okay. It's actually a good thing, because you can easily come out of stress. See, whenever that thought comes in our mind, during that thinking process, there are several spikes which tell us, why the hell am I thinking about it? What should I do about it? At that point, you can run out of it. Right? How to run out of it? If you are sitting somewhere, just press your feet. Just try to get hold of anything which is coming in your hands and try to feel it. Trying to feel the environment around you, people around you, birds, flies, mosquitoes, anything. Anything to distract your mind. See, it's very easy to get distracted now. When you are studying the class, the teacher is telling something, you easily get distracted, even with the birds chirping. So that can distract you from the bad thoughts too. If that doesn't help, second thing is unhooking. Now, how to unhook yourself from your bad thoughts? Sometimes it happens that we are getting scolded for something we have not done. It happens? Everybody says it. Right? So what do you do then? You go back to your home and cry? No. Just abuse teachers in your mind. To hell with it. Right? So what's that? It's normal. If somebody is not doing it, it's abnormal. It's pretty much normal that if you don't like something, you hate that. Hating something is not a bad thing. That doesn't mean you sick. So when there's a bad thought and it's trying to hold you back, you can just kick it off. Just say, get lost. And that goes what the teachers do. When teachers get annoyed with any student, what they do? Oh, I had enough of you, get lost. Get out of the class. Sit there. They can do that to their bad thoughts too. Thirdly, most important thing is your values. Now what happens when you are stressed, when you are irritated, frustrated? We tend to misbehave. Misbehave with teachers, with friends, family. And then we repent. That actually we not intended to do that, but we just did that. So whenever you are having a bad thought, or you are not sane, and you know that, almost everybody knows that he is not in good shape at that time, try to keep yourself in a very calm situation. Just hold your hands and close your fists and try to remember your values. Nobody taught you to misbehave. This is something we learn by itself. किसी को घर पे सिखाया नहीं ना teachers ने, but we did it. We learn it by ourselves. So if you have learned something by yourself, you very well know how to control it. Fourth thing you can do is just be kind to others. See, being kind is a very different thing. It gives you a very different feeling, a very calm, peaceful feeling in your mind. Just try to help somebody, anybody, any person, any animal for that matter. Then just look at that face you have helped. And it will give you a lot of pleasure and you will just forget about your worries. Why I am doing this? I am an ENT surgeon and doing pretty well in my field. Why do I find this need to go and counsel people, tell them don't do this, don't do that? Because this is the way I am helping people. And when I help somebody, that pleasure on that face gives me calmness. That keeps me sane. It's my way. You can find your own. And then comes the most important part. And that is to make room. Every year when you get promoted, what do? You take out these old books, keep them away, make space for new books, right? So you can do that for your thoughts too. Make space for good thoughts. It's not that difficult. It's just that you need a will to do it. I am pretty much sure with my experience that almost 80% of the people sitting in this room can help themselves. They don't need any counselor, they don't need any help. If you do any of these 5 things, you will be out of your stress. Now coming back, what will happen in exams? Will I pass or I fail? So see, my personal feeling, I don't think the results will change. Results are a trend. In my days, getting 90% was like push. 90. I was pretty much happy with my 70, 75. Now, 99. So what do you think? The students are more intelligent. Then what has changed? The trend. Okay? The trend changed. The criteria has changed. In my board exams, mathematics, 10th board, I got 77. I knew before the result that I'll get 77. How? Because 20 marks paper was from theorems. I didn't even attempt that. I never studied that because I didn't like it. That was my choice. In rest 3, when I came home, I remember that I had missed steps in 2 questions. 1, 2, 3, there are steps. I was so quick with it that I read that in my mind and forgot to write that on paper. So I knew that at least 2 or 3 marks are going to get rejected. And that was it. And what's happening nowadays? You go for 100%, right? You don't need things. Why did I left that 20 marks section? Because I was pretty much sure that the topper is going to score something around 90, 91. I'll get 80, that's good enough for me. Why do you get stressed? Everybody cannot be a topper. And that really doesn't matter. I used to get my rank in top 10. My younger brother, the last 10. I'm an ENT surgeon, and what's my brother doing right now? He's MD in anesthesia, critical care specialist, right now in a package of 18 lakhs an annum in jail. And what am I doing? I am graduating. I didn't got that package. So did my rank matter? No. What mattered? A will. He intended to work more on himself. And I was pretty much relaxed that okay, I'll do something good. And never in my wildest thoughts had the slightest idea that my brother is going to do so well. And not just my brother, there are a lot of students, my friends, fooling backbenchers, last students, not scoring well. Doesn't matter. They are doing very good. And I know toppers. I know toppers who always used to say, I'll go to USA. Where are they right now? Bangalore, IT industry, in their 6x6 cubicle. Depressed, tensed, stressed, facing personal problems, family problems, financial problems. So being a topper doesn't ensure a good future. And being a backbencher or those who just get average marks, that doesn't mean that you are not going to do anything good in your life. Have you ever given a thought, how many of you are clear about your future? How many want to be a doctor in this? Anybody? Okay. And after doing your medical graduation, how many you intend to stay in India? Bad idea. Why? Why? Because by the time you finish your education, it will be almost 12 years. By that time, you will already be stressed because you have already decided of such a far thing. It's too big a plan. And trust me, such long plans, they don't work. Even I had my plans. I'm from Ajmer. I did my schooling from Ajmer. We sold our house, shifted to Jaipur, then I went to Jaipur, worked for Border Security Force. Then I had to quit that job for some family reasons. Went to Pune, did my MS, was planning to settle down in Pune, came back to Jaipur, eventually landed in Ajmer. No such plans. And what does that do to you? I always wanted to be an army officer. Now that thing keeps on pinching you throughout. And every fortnight, shit, man, I would have been an army, I would have been. That king size life, easiest way to get it, army. Nobody has an idea. Okay, girls doesn't have much idea about the army thing. But the point is, you should just look at your near future. What happens is, you have a goal, you achieve that, and you are happy. Then get another one. Be happy. अभी 10 साल लंबा प्लानिंग है, कब तो पूरा होगा, कब मैं खुश होऊंगा? You heard people suffering from depression, going for psychiatric treatments, committing suicides. Anybody here had at any point of time this thought of committing suicide or running away from school? Doesn't matter. Yeah, I can see faces. As I said, I'm pretty good at reading eyes. See, these are normal thoughts. But the point is, these are normal if they come for a moment and go away. They become abnormal when you keep on thinking about that. Running away from a situation or just being scared of the results of your future, these are stupid things. This earth is a very, very beautiful place. Your studies are required for a good future, but these are not mandatory things. There is a capacity, there is a limit you can do. There is a limit you can push yourself. And when you get to that limit, and at that point, if you are not able to score that, what you wanted to or what your parents wanted to, doesn't matter. You have several other skills. You know what I do? Well, my intro was a very short one. Now that's what I have done in my life. In my school days, cycling. I was the fastest. How can I say that? I covered a distance of 6 kilometers in morning hours in 30 minutes. Calculate yourself. And that was my normal time. With a bag on my back and a normal cycle, not the racing one. After that, with my M.B.B.S, while doing M.B.B.S, I started writing. I started to write quotes, then poetries. Finished my M.B.B.S, went to Border Security Force. There I learned painting, I learned to play badminton, I learned to play tennis. And I can challenge any state level sports person in badminton and tennis today. Then I went for my MS. There I started writing in another language, Hindi. Because most of the people with me, they were not able to understand what I was writing. They had to use their dictionaries so that I won't read it. Okay, sir. I started writing in Hindi. This counseling thing, it came with Border Security Force. I had to do that for the security personnel and then started professionally. Right now, how do I earn my living? I get a very good payment for my paintings, a very good payment for my poetry, a very good payment for my counseling sessions, and of course, most of it comes from my surgery. So see, there are 4 ways I'm earning right now. You can get any one of it. It's good enough for you. So it really doesn't matter. Why are you scared? And now coming back to, will I pass this exam? As I said, it's a trend. Actually works on percentile basis. We are all human, huh? The people who will be checking your exams, they will be human, right? I don't think it's an OMR sheet right now. Huh? So when they see they are correcting the copies, what will see? Okay, this is the answer. After examining first 10 sheets, they realize the standard of the paper and the standard of the students. Your marks come on that basis. It's not purposeful. It happens by itself. So it really doesn't matter. Because if the one who has passed the last exam barely is worried that I failed this time, you should be assured that the topper also has gone a bit low. So the results, no, they won't be affected. Right? Now it comes that how to cover your course, which you have to do in, say, 1 or 2 months, huh? And the boards are scheduled, I don't know. But whatever the time is, it really doesn't matter. How to prepare for your board exams? How many of you actually read every single word in the book? Nobody. So 100% कहाँ से बात किया? No, actually I thought that students might have started studying everything. That they would have crammed a whole book. No. So how do you prepare yourself for your exams? Of what? How much you will study? How to decide that how much to read and how much you will read? So your teachers will help you there. They'll tell you what to do and what not to do. What is the problem? Is there anybody here who is afraid to ask for help from your teachers? Why are you afraid? They scold you. No, they won't do that now. See, as I said, these are not normal conditions. They know what you have been through. So you can any day go and ask for help. They will help you out. They'll just tell you, just read this. And then you read it. And just write as much as you can. I can assure you, nobody in this room should be afraid. Okay, so nobody in this room should be afraid about the results. almost everybody who will study that bit, what can be done in these 2 months, will pass the exams. That is for sure. Now, if you don't study from now, then that would be a problem. Then it is to be a problem, huh? It should be. What's the point if everybody passes the exam? Okay, how many of you think that you are going to fail? Surely. Despite of all your efforts. तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, even if you fail. Really, it doesn't matter. If you fail despite of your efforts, then it won't matter. If you don't put in an effort and you fail, then obviously it's a problem. Then nobody can help you. But if you are putting in your efforts, you are doing everything you can, and then you fail in your exams, then it's not a problem. It's just that you need to do a bit more. This whole world right now, this whole world has been pushed back for 1 year. You understand that? Factories closed, offices closed. This work from home thing, it's not working. Most of the people have lost their jobs. Companies are sinking down. Debts have increased miserably. So what do you think? What is the world going to do now? Commit suicide? No. What are they saying? They just say that they will start from the next year. So the whole world can think that. Why can't that person who has failed in an exam think that? Does that really affect the world? No. What will happen? मार्च तक लैंड करने में थोड़ा और टाइम लग जाएगा, प्लूटो तक पहुंचने में साल ज़्यादा लग जाएगा. Does that really matter? Why do we live? Why are we living? Just to attain a better future. Right? For a better future. And what about the present? Nothing. Present doesn't mean anything to you. So let me tell you one thing. If you are just focusing on your future and you have forget your present, you are at fault. You are at fault. Future is important. But then you should learn to live in present. And when you do certain things, you tend to fail. Modi failed miserably with demonetization. Right? Did he commit suicide? Did he went for psychiatric treatments? No. He said, fine, I failed once, I'll do something else. I'll do something other thing. No? He has been trying to do things. People are trying to do everything they can to fail him. They do that? Is he even affected with it? He is the best person to do that. Despite of so many troubles in his ways, so many people trying to pull him down, so many people just doing their job of opposing the Prime Minister. Right? Like in your lives, your parents, पढ़ेगी तो क्या करेगी? सारी जिंदगी झाड़ू पोछा करना है? बोला ना? सीख लो, काम आता है. So the point is, they are actually worried about you. Okay, how many of you have felt that your parents have been rude with you in these days? That's normal. You should not be offended or be irritated with that. See, it's not always the grown-ups who have to behave maturely. Even you can. You should understand that these times have been tough with your parents too. Your father must have been finding it difficult to earn resources. Your mother must find it difficult to manage the things. And that is normal to feel that anxiety, that stress, that irritation. And they unknowingly pour it on you. So at that time, instead of crying or abusing or misbehaving, you can just be calm. That they're not feeling well right now. And you can help them by just being quiet. See, at times it's possible even your teachers might yell at you. Even those teachers who have been polite throughout. Because right now even they are facing stress. So why is always their responsibility? Why can't you be responsible? What do you have to worry about? Just your studies, that's it, na? Khana papa denge, sab kuch papa la ke denge. Is there anybody who has to earn by herself? Doing tuitions or dance classes to earn money? No? Then what do you have to worry about? Why are you just worrying all the time like this? To have my life is sick. You have every reason to smile, you have every reason to be happy. You don't have to do anything. Just study. It's nothing. It seems like a big thing because you haven't seen what's beyond that. Your teachers have to face a lot of stress at their homes. They are afraid how to manage their studies. So at this time, it's your responsibility to behave properly, to follow the instructions, to listen to them. And is it really that difficult? If you think that your life is difficult, then you should go and try Islam. Just have a look at Islam and look at the lives. अभी इनको झाड़ू पोछा करते तो हंसी आ रही थी. At your age, those girls go to other people's house. This is their job. So now you think you have any reason to get stressed about it? No? You have a better life. So you can enjoy it. No? Do you think your parents are happy when they see you in stress? Huh? When they say, my life sucks, my teacher sucks, my friend sucks, I don't know what to live. You don't have to do anything to live, you are just getting everything, just like a platter, without even ordering it. So just be happy. This life is not going to stop for you. It will end one day. Now it's your choice that you smile and you make others smile, or you be sad and keep others sad. How many of you want your parents to be sad? Anybody? And what do you think gives them pleasure or which gives them happiness? Just do that, man. Just do that. And still, if you find it difficult, if you think your bad thoughts are not leaving you, you can any day ask for help. You can ask your teachers, you can ask your parents, and if nobody is able to help you, come to me. I'll help you. But trust me, you don't need me. Because if you try to be happy, it's the easiest thing to do on earth. Easiest thing. You know what I used to do when I was getting scolded in my school? Oh, it was a very rare occasion. But if ever anybody scolds me, I just put my face like this. I said, okay. All those. Apna BP bada. Mera to kuch nahi bigada. And what happened one day? I used to say that in my mind. One day I was speaking so loud that the teacher heard of it. And then, you know what happens. So if you say that, keep your voice. Try to be happy and don't worry about your exams. Just read as much as you can, just to your capacity. Don't think that उसने course finish कर लिया. And let me tell you one thing. ये जितना बोलते हैं ना, मेरा तो खत्म हो गया. वो शुरू भी नहीं करते. This is a strategy. दूसरे को टेंशन दे दो वो नहीं करता, तो फिर मेरी मौज है. Even I used to do that. मेरा तो course हो गया. I did summer vacations. And And then next week, my friend and me both were buying books from the same store. And he said, "Tera course खत्म हो गया ना? मैं हाँ वो book खराब हो गई ना, मुझे नई book चाहिए." Look, don't get stressed with what people say. You are responsible for yourself, and all you can do is help yourself. Just do to your limits, to your capacity, and just leave it for fate. किसी ने महाभारत देखी थी अभी टीवी पे? What did Krishna say? तुझे जो करना है तू कर, पूरी लगन से कर, लेकिन होगा वही जो मैं चाहता हूं. Why did he say that? He could have said, कुछ मत कर जो मेरे को करना नहीं करूंगा. He could have said that, no? Krishna was so powerful. Then why did he allow the 14 days battle? He could have finished it. I'll do what is best for you. So it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. What matters? Living. To feel your life. To be lively. So just try to do that. Okay? Thank you.
Ajmer girls are very smart. So, if anyone would like to come forward with a word of thanks, sir, you are most welcome. Anybody, spontaneously.
Anyone? Thank you for you took your most important time and came here for motivating us. And yes, we can try to be happy now. Before we used to be happy, but then that those thoughts like the time or yes, those used to come and I know my friends, some friends who used to think about that. But I think they will learn something from this speech. Thank you very much, sir.
So first of all, thanks to both of those who came forward spontaneously. I really appreciate their spontaneity. Children, next time we get a chance, you all should come forward. All the hands should be up. Okay. Still as we move further, sir had given one homework. One keyword was there in his speech. Can you tell me? He told you. Yes, one keyword is nothing matters. It depends how you live your life. Then he said, go home and smile. When you smile, what happens? What happens when you smile? You are relaxed. When you are relaxed, your whole home is relaxed. The whole society is relaxed. There is nothing. So that's what said. It all matters how you are, how you take it. So, once again, we thank you for your valuable time and your insight and your motivational words that you have put forward to our students and teachers. I'm sure they have gained something from it and they will think over it, and I'm sure they will come up to that level. The certain keywords which I am sure they have already made part of it, and they will try to live up to that and they will win, so that we have a smiling world around us. So when you move around the campus, when you move around the society, your home, you spread that fragrance of smile in and around and become a smart children of our smart society were able to build up. So, sir, once again, we express our gratitude to you for your motivational words and your valuable time with us. As a gratitude to you, we just present before you a small memento, expression of our gratitude to you.
Just a minute.
There's one more thing I would like to say. Okay, there's one more thing I would like to say. If anybody feels that he needs help, you can come to me. There's nothing to be ashamed of it. And anyways, identity is never revealed. I'm saying this because the last session which we did, students had find it very difficult to reach me. So I'll make sure my contact numbers are available in this group. If you want to come to me, or if you think that anybody else, friends, brothers, sisters, parents, anybody who needs any sort of help, they can come to me. Okay? And don't feel shy about it. If you want your identity to be hidden, it will be hidden. Right? Because I am an ENT surgeon, so nobody is going to talk to me that why have you come to that level. Nobody wants to go to a psychiatrist for that. Otherwise, people will say, no, when you come to me, you can say, "Mujhe zukam hua." Okay? Right.